Hi there, Jonathan, back with you once again, 12th of December. Some really interesting stuff happened yesterday, so I want to share that with you on what happened after a couple of gloomy days, a massive sort of turnaround. But I'm going to get to that in just a second. First, let's look at this weird stuff that happened yesterday. So, if you saw yesterday's video, I was in the bit in the doldrums. With a couple of days of some sort of what I would consider sizable losses on the funnels. And then yesterday, like the weirdest thing ever, a massive bounce back to $1,275. Bear in mind, literally nothing changed in any of the ads, in any of the targeting, anything between the 10th and the 11th of December. So, suddenly it went up sort of 3 to 4 times the number of sales. So I've got a picture on that as to exactly how that came about, which I'm going to talk through with you. But yeah, let's just deal with where we're at in terms of what we did yesterday. So yesterday, there we go. Our ad spend, say £397, $530 in ad spend. As we know, we brought in $1,275. We actually made $745 profit yesterday. Probably, well, I think without doubt the biggest day this month, and probably one of the biggest days. Let's have a look. I mean, I started this journey back in the beginning of September. So if we look at that, where we are, let me see. Let's do this. Let's move myself out of the way. 1st of September. Now I'm going to get this messed up again here. I've got to do it the other way around, haven't I? I shouldn't have started this. 1st of September. Come on. Give it one last chance. If it doesn't work. No, it can't seem to grasp the idea of when we're starting. 1st September. Okay, I'm just going to forget that for a second. Anyway, the point is that yesterday was probably the biggest single day, certainly this month, maybe even last month as well. So let's talk about really what happened and why. So as we talked about before, I went through the breakdown. This was my, let me just move myself out of the way here, up here. I've got this, basically this is my sort of profit line. Given my current average ad spend, on average I'm spending $560 a day. So just slice across the month to just get a sense, because previous month it was very rare that I would ever lose money on the day, but it's happened numerous times this over the last 30 days, because there's quite a few of close to break even here. 1, 2, 3, probably 4, 5, 6, at least 6, 7 days maybe where it's close to break even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 6 to 7 where it's definitely lost money. So my overall profitability is taking a bit of a battering over this last month. Despite the fact that this second funnel is actually up and set up and working, but it struggled to actually make a profit. That's dragging things down to a certain extent, but overall profitability has really struggled. So yeah, I had a look at that, and obviously this is where that figure looks now. You can see this massive spike up yesterday. So a couple of things happened, right? So as I said before, a lot of this is down to really the fact that the Facebook ads is an auction model. So it's about how whether you're winning that auction, and the auction is a dynamic one, so it's happening minute by minute and throughout the days. So it's constantly changing, and it's all dependent really on who's trying to target your very same audience, whether they've got they can afford to actually throw more money at getting in front of that audience. So maybe they've set their what they're prepared to pay for a conversion at a higher level. So I've just set it as the lowest possible, whereas other people might have said, I'm prepared to bid up to a certain amount to get a conversion. And it means that obviously if they're putting that and it's ahead of where mine is, obviously Facebook's going to take where the biggest money is. And so clearly what's happened over these couple of days here is where I've been losing the auction, where there's either been a new advertiser come in with a bigger budget or dumped money in. I've no idea. But basically the upshot of it is I was losing the auction in this in this position here. And what that really sort of means is that my ad's still being shown, but actually being shown to a lesser quality or a lower value of audience. And that was seen by actually not only a lower number of conversions, but those that were converting weren't spending any more. So there was no sales on order bumps, no sales on the upsells. That switched completely yesterday to a point where conversions were going up massively, but also their average spend was going up as well. So we had that sort of double effect on it. Actually, if you look here, this is my let me put myself over here. This is my new funnel. This one has recently been losing money quite significantly. But yesterday had an average order value of $116. Massive. I mean, closest I've got for that previously was about 50. But also it's converting at that 3%. It's still a small number of sales, but it's high conversion. But actually, when we look at my number one funnel, where most of our sales come from, obviously the average order value is nowhere near that figure, but it's still a reasonable number. But what you can see here is actually the conversion rates were at about 5%. So previously a best I've had is 3%. So, I mean, obviously it's great to see these days, but really I guess what it just highlights is the fact that actually the fact that some of this is in your control and you can do a lot to it, and some of it is completely outside of it. Let me just show you this, because this is really telling. So this is, let's look at the day before, the 10th, when I lost money. What was going on? So this is my number one funnel here, and this is my number two. Number one funnel, the unique CTRs and the outbounds, like 1.7%, 1.6%, cost per landing page view at 73p, and that purchase conversion at £24. As I say, and that was without any upsells or anything like that. We look at this yesterday. I mean, this is crazy. Look at this yesterday. What happened? 9% and 8%. I mean, literally, that's 5 times the click-through rate on it. So it's and look at this through to here. Cost per landing page view 7p, and then my cost per purchase £15. But I say it's not just that cost for it. That's just for the initial purchase. That. And then obviously there's the upsells on the top of that, which are not recorded here. So it's one thing at the end of the day. It's actually, does Facebook put your ads in front of a good quality, high converting audience? So the positive side of it is the fact that actually it shows that what Facebook can do when it's working really well, and the results can be fantastic. But the reality is obviously quite a bit of that time I'm not obviously winning those auctions. Now, some of that can be down to, time of year can be doing it, potentially new advertisers with bigger and higher budgets. That stuff you can't really control. What you can control is constantly putting out new creative, trying to keep the campaigns refreshed, trying to work at it to try and get in a position where you are winning those auctions. So, a couple of things I've taken from this is, one thing I might look at and explore is actually understanding what I am prepared to pay for a conversion, and see if changing that bidding can potentially put me in front of a higher quality audience. Because I say, it's not about that the upfront sell, it's actually finding those audience who will want to buy the add-ons, the upsells, that type of thing, which is where the profit will come from. So that's one thing I can do, and certainly is putting out more ads. So it's good to see and have that understanding of what is actually going on and what elements you can control, and also have a sort of an idea as to things you can start to potentially play with or explore now to see if you can be in a position. Because I know when it's good, these click-through rates and stuff is huge. I don't know why it would happen for a single day, because basically, if we look at this is today. Oh no, it's not today. God, it's not today. Just refresh that. Well, still, it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're only at 178. So there's no way we're going to get back up there again. But I just want to get out of this loss situation. So yeah, a one-off spike shows you what is possible. Whether we can start to get closer to really being stabilized more around the 800 to 1,000, which is really what I need to be to hit my target, remains to be seen. Anyway, we're coming into the weekend, so probably not going to be doing a lot on the funnel, but we'll be just letting you know how things are performing. Probably got a couple of split tests that I might just close out, and then I'll consider whether I do anything on the budgets. Anyway, so I hope that was useful and interesting. Got any questions, just let me know, and I'll look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.